Yep, she's there.
All right, all right.
Okay, Kara, mute the lines, darling.
I currently don't have that capability.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so I think I do.
Wait a second. Kara, you should have that.
I'm gonna
capability.
mute all now.
Let's make Kara a co-host.
Wait. Do we want to? Kara does not have the reaction capability that Kara should have because Kara had just had that surgery on her hand.
Oh,
If
did
one
she?
remembers.
Okay, I'll take care of it, RJ. Okay, so we are all muted, and RJ, you can unmute yourself when you're ready. And Kara, if okay, great. All right. Well, I want to welcome everybody. Today is what? Today is December the 10th. We are now live on YouTube. I just got the notification. And we're just excited that you could be here with us today. We're going to talk to you about some, I don't know about that. We're going to talk to you about nature's frequencies. Yes, nature has frequencies and they're very powerful. And we're going to talk about energetic health and wellness, one of my favorite subjects. Now, we do this Zoom every Saturday at this time. You can always catch us on YouTube, but our Zoom links, we change them every week because of people who like to interfere. So what we're going to do to get started is we're going to watch a quick 2-minute video that kind of gives you an overall easy explanation on what we are about. So if you'll unmute yourself, yeah.
Nice.
Good health is not something we can buy, but something we can improve. For decades, people have searched the answers to many questions regarding our health and improving it. Do you want to have the ability to live life to the fullest? Are you interested in sleeping better at night and having more energy during the day in a natural, healthy way? What if there was a revolutionary technology that could change your life? A technology that slows the aging process of fruits, vegetables, and breads, and also assists the body in offsetting the harmful effects of electromagnetic fields and more? We introduce Nature's Frequencies, an award-winning company that manufactures innovative health and wellness products under 6 U.S. patents, with natural health and wellness solutions that assists with balancing and harmonizing the body. But how do we do this? We combine knowledge from the East with technology from the West. As far back as 6000 BC, the Chinese have believed that the body has an optimal energy flow. When this flow is disrupted, it manifests negatively by stimulating specific points on the body. The body is encouraged to correct itself. We fast forward to the 19th century, a period of exciting scientific progress in the West. During this time, Nikola Tesla was a genius before his time. This Serbian-American inventor, engineer, and physicist confirmed the existence of scalar waves. Scalar waves are composed of pure zero-point energy. This gives them the ability to store data in a substrate. But something must be able to hold the data. Enter Denis Gabor, who in 1971 won the Nobel Prize for his invention and development of the holographic method. Holography can be used to store information inside crystals. And this knowledge is combined today to help you have better health and life. When applied to the body, the unique energy field signatures of Nature's Frequencies products correct and harmonize your body's frequency to optimize your body's energy flow. When the body's energy flow is restored and harmonized, the health of the body is naturally realigned. All of this has been developed by a family company with big plans for the future. Visit our website, www.naturesfrequencies.com, to take care of your precious health with Nature's Frequencies. Inspired by Tesla, patented by us.
Thank you, RJ. Don't you think it's amazing that there is such power in nature and we have found a way to make that available to us all the time? I mean, I just find it fascinating.
All right. Yes.
Are we going on to testimonials?
Not quite. We had a little technical blip.
Oh, okay.
Give me
So
one.
anyway, I'll just keep talking, because I do want to share with you, part of my journey here was that as a health enthusiast, I've been looking for solutions for almost 20 years now. And so I was very familiar with the diet, the exercise, and the nutrition piece, but it was nature's frequencies that helped me understand the vital missing link, which is the frequency, vibration, energy piece. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that today. Now, Nature's Frequencies is a family-owned business. They are no stranger to awards and recognition. They've been in business now for over 9 years, and they have achieved some amazing awards and recognition. They've earned 15 major industry awards, including the prestigious Gold Medal Edison Award. To date, they have 6 patents on file with the U.S. government. They have more pending. They've been featured in television media, the Stuart Varney Show, as well as USA Today and other media outlets for their innovations and their excellence. All right, and so what is the origin of all this? Well, you heard it in the video. This technology is inspired by Nikola Tesla. The Nature's Frequencies has incorporated Tesla's technology and patented the process, this is key, of replicating energy and frequencies from nature and then programming them into energetic health and wellness products that we can then put on our bodies. Awesome. We don't have to be out in nature. I didn't finish. I want to go back. I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
I guess I'm kind of hard to follow because I elaborate a little bit. Anyway, so Nature's Frequencies USA patented technology, it works in harmony with the body's own innate intelligence to direct the right amount of energy to the right place at the right time and in the right amount. We never, you can go ahead and change. We never have to ingest anything. Nothing gets deteriorated in our digestive tract because it never goes there. Our bodies are energy, and every day our bodies are being bombarded by internal and external stressors to our energy system. Okay. Now, these stressors are coming from everywhere, from chemicals and toxins and negative thoughts, electromagnetic radiation, stress, worry, physical and emotional trauma, and really the list goes on and on. When your body's energy flow is drained, blocked, imbalanced, or interrupted, you feel discomfort and other issues. So Nature's Frequencies provides the solution and the tool to protect yourself from all of this, as they have invented and patented some of the most advanced energetic health and wellness products that are designed to balance and to restore your body's natural energy flow to help your body achieve optimal health and wellness energetically. And here's how it works. When you place the health and wellness technology products on your body or in your energy field, then your body absorbs the beneficial frequencies using its own intelligence. The frequencies it absorbs is what it needs in the amount that it needs when it needs it to help you achieve and maintain optimal health, energy, and vitality naturally and energetically. And we owe it all to our great award-winning company owners. So we have the Daddy Hassler, we can call him Rick. He is our CEO and founder. Rick has been a successful business owner. He sold his previous business as an Inc. 500 company after running that business for over 25 years. He's actually traveling with his family today. And then his son, who is RJ or Arj, is our president and founder, and he is with us today. He's the driving force behind the company. He created and developed this technology along with his father, Rick. So I'm going to turn it over to Arj.
All right. Thank you, Susie. Now we are going to get started and talk about food and food freshness card and how great of a product it is. So to start, let's go back to some stats. One of the kind of like it makes you think, 1/3 of the food of the world's food is wasted. That's that's 1.3 billion tons of food per year. That's a lot of food. So now, according to some more stats, the average family throws away over $2,000 a year. With inflation pricing right now, I mean, the food freshness card is just a great holiday gift, So what can we do to help? We can use the food freshness card. We're now up to over 1.2 million tons of food waste prevented from going to landfill. And we have a whole lot of people saying good things. So let's start with this is one of my favorites. This is an old video from probably about 6, 7, 8 years ago. And this is when the food card just came out. And we're here from Dr. Cadiz.
Well, hello. I want you to know that I've had this card for 1 year. And my bread, I left to go international. I bought the bread a week before I left, was gone 6 weeks. I've been home 2 weeks actually. And here is the bread, soft.
No mold.
And no mold.
What do you think of the food freshness card?
I think it's awesome because I only eat fresh green food. And I can tell you over the year, my kale, my spinach, apples, they'll be in there from the beginning of the month until the end of the month, still as fresh as ever.
Right, Dr. Cadiz, we love hearing that. That's a great little video. And from here, let's go to Rouse's. This is a neat video. This is in supermarkets. So we'll take a quick look at this. All right, it's a nice little nice video of us in the supermarkets. This is what we're talking about with saving food from landfills. This was the PR, the press release that went out. Let's see, this is back in May. So now we're about 1.2 million now, a little over 1.3 million. So that's good progress, and that's what the little guys can do to help. All right, let's another school system we're in. This was just the quick stats on Crane School. It was they feed 6,000 children 2 meals a day, and they really appreciate the food card. So that was just a nice little letter of thanks. So that was pretty neat. Now let's go to what does science tell us? Science tells us we got some pretty good Bovie ratings. Let's learn about the Bovie scale.
The Bovie value is a measurement of the life energy, of the vital force in products and in people. and it's called after a physician in France. He was between the First and the Second World War responsible for the quality of the food of the French soldiers. And he was an expert in doing radiesthesia, just measuring the Beauville value. And for every fruit and vegetables, he knew after 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 days what the vitality, the Beauville value of the vegetables were. So when a bunch of fruit was delivered at the military, he could easily measure the vitality, and then he knew, it is okay for another week, for another 2 weeks. So it was a quality test for how fresh and how vital the vegetables are.
So now let's go to the food freshness card. You tested that. How did you test it?
Well, exactly the same way, just spreading water over it. And this card is 2 times bigger than the earthing card. But I was really amazed. 73,800 Beauville value just by pouring water over it.
That's a 400% increase. Now, if this was near food, what do you think it would do to our food? Because first of all, let's start with water. We are 60 to 70% water. Nobody fights that. Fruit, vegetables, high percentage of water. Water picks up everything. Water's a great substrate. So if the food freshness card was near some food, what do you think the food would be for your body?
Well, much more healthier, because it's not only the vitality which increases, but the negative information decreases too. So the vegetable is purified by the food freshness card. So I started a new test already. The test of a jar of 1 liter water, put on the freshness card and on the earthing card. And I will show you the results.
You've been testing. I love it.
We're testing. This is the water we start with.
Yeah.
These are the results of the test we just spoke to each other about.
Yeah.
And here you see the test with 24 hours, 1 liter. And you see, this was already amazing. I can't read it now from behind, but see how it's almost 100,000
Yes.
on the earthing card, and that's almost 150,000 for the freshness card.
Wow.
And this is really good, because I performed quite a lot of tests for people who said who had energy boards, but they never come higher than 90,000 Beauville.
That's amazing. And you did that within a week.
And now in one day, 24 hours.
So we're doing good.
Yes, you can say it's really that you are doing good, yes.
Now that is a pretty cool stat. He was wowed at 90,000 Beauville value. We almost doubled that with the food card and had 142,000. So I guess you kind of said we know what we're doing. Now let's go over to a great tomato video. Time lapse. So you can see in the bottom right corner, it's time stamped. And keep an eye on this one. So right here, you can actually see the tomato, it grew a stem versus decaying and dying. The food card tries to, that's how one of our trade secrets, we kind of trick the vegetables and fruits to think they're still connected at the stem. So that's pretty neat. And then let's go over to bread. This is the same loaf of bread. We actually had to stop this test after 6 months because we figured that no one would believe us anyways. But as we said, everything's time-stamped, the bottom right-hand corner from the lab. And you can see the clocks going now. Yeah, after 4 months, it gets pretty gross. And it's still gross. And I don't even like looking at that. So that's the same loaf of bread. One's got a food freshness card, one doesn't. I mean, to phrase it as which would you rather consume? The jury's up. All right, now let's look at some berries. And as I said, you can see the timestamp at the bottom right. Oh, look at that. It gets super moldy and gross versus these are all still edible. And what does Susie think with flowers? Let's see about this. Is Susie here? Susie.
I really miss that warm weather too.
I do too. I mean, it looks pretty nice out there. Let's go back to screen. And
Hey, good.
oh, wait, I didn't know it was a video. Wait, let's go back.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
So some people ask me why and how do I get my plants looking so vibrant? Well, when I water them, I use this amazing technology called the Food Freshness Card that is filled with vibrational energy of antifungals, antibacterials. And what it does is it actually changes the structure of the water and makes it cleaner, makes it more hydrating. And my plants just respond beautifully. So this is how I water my plants. And if they're in a pot, I just hold it because simply by running the water over the card, it increases the energy, the life force, whatever you want to call it, of the water by 400%. So that's how you can have absolutely vibrant plants. And if I ever get a sick plant, I might just leave the card in here for a day or two and it will rejuvenate. It's a patented technology, exclusive technology, and it's been proven to increase the shelf life, not only of flowers, but for a food for up to 50%. And it energizes your food, harmonizes your food. So when you take it in, you feel harmonized and energetic as well. So I hope you're having a great weekend and make sure you get a Food Freshness Card for your food and your flowers. Talk to you later.
Oh, very nice, Susie.
Thank you. Do you think I have career potential?
I think maybe. Should we? Oh, wait, I got one more. From. I'll let you explain these, Susie.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I use this everywhere. This is not my official testimonial, but this blew my mind. I bought some organic Brussels sprouts from Costco, and they were in my outside refrigerator, and I left them there. I can't even tell you because I didn't date it for months. And you know how expensive these things are. So anyway, I couldn't believe them. It was at least a month or two later that I found them and they were still as fresh as they could be. So this must have been a couple. And then I'm looking in the center. I bought this romaine lettuce. I remember when my sister visited in April, and I do think that I made these pictures in June, you know, and then on the far right, that's how I clean my vegetables, just in filtered water with the Food Freshness Card, and it neutralizes the negative effects of toxins and chemicals. And then it also adds that life force, that vitality to the vegetables themselves.
Very, very, very good. You know what? I think we should open it up to people that would like to speak. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. And I have a little list here, and I'm going to give mine last.
All right.
'Cause
Okay.
I sneaky. So let's see. Is Sunita on?
All right.
I'm present and counted for.
All right, let's start with Sunita out of Sunita, where do you live?
In the great city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and I just know you love this product. So tell us your story.
I have innumerable Food Freshness cards all over my house, but the biggest fan is my mom, who's 91. And unfortunately, she's in hospice now, but she travels every single inch of space with her Food Freshness card on her belly. And she actually heard Oh, who's our lovely French gal that, the doctor that, the
Dr.
holistic.
Emily, Dr. Emily.
Yes, well, she heard her talk about how the food freshness card helps her gut biome. And she quickly grabbed it. And of all the things, she found a wrap that actually held her prayer books. And she put the food freshness card in that to put against her belly. So she's blessed in multiple fashion with this food freshness card. And the other thing I wanted to share is that the very first time I met our gal, God, I've got too much on my mind. I can't remember things that save my life right now. What's
Give
her
me a
name?
hint. Give me a hint. I love to play games. Give me a hint.
Yeah, what's it
The
start
gal
with?
that loves to put patches all over her legs worse than what Rick does.
Oh,
More than Dad?
Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
The first time I met Cynthia, I had just discovered the wonders of how fresh lettuce can taste by simply washing it in the food freshness card and earthing card water. And what had happened to me was that I put the lettuce in the water and it literally doubled in size. And even the stem tasted great. Okay. And I was just like totally bongondled or whatever word you want to use. My mind was going crazy. And when I showed the lettuce to Cynthia, she went crazy. She signed up like crazy and was like, I got to get this. What is that? What is that? What is that? So it's scientifically proven to do wondrous things for us. And I just can't wait to be able to have time to tell the world more about it.
Thank you so much, Sunita. I
Beautiful.
love that.
Thank you, Stephen.
Doesn't that make you happy, Arj?
Of course it does. You got me, Arch.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Frank in Florida.
Right. Let's hear from
All
Frank.
right. Well, hey, I'm one of those people that got a lot of these things around. I was sitting here counting as I was waiting to do this talk, and there's well over 24 of them in or around my home. Starting on the outside, they're in both of my vehicles and the seats that we can sit back on. I have well water, so it's actually wrapped around the pipes that come before they come into the house. They're out on the lanai in the back around the pool. We have a whole bunch of plants, from small pots where the food freshness card sits on top of them to the really big pots where they're dug down into the soil. Also running water over that card into a watering pail for the not only the plants out there in pots, but also the ones inside the house, where again, the small ones have got them underneath of them, and the big ones, and I have a lot of plants. Anyway, they're down in the soil or in the water, as in the water bamboo, that lucky bamboo that I have over here in the corner. On top of that, they're in both of the returns upstairs and downstairs that we have for the heat pumps. They are in the refrigerator. There's, I think, 3 of them in the refrigerator, because there's one underneath in the vegetable section. There's one in a meat like area. And then there's at least one other one just sitting inside underneath of the milk, and also a water jug that we have in there, a water purifier that we have in there. Oh, that reminds me, inside of that water purifier, there is also a food freshness on the inside of it as well. On top of that, to the left is the pantry. There's like 3 of them in there, depending on what height you're looking at and where you're looking at them. There's one that sits to the right of the refrigerator on the countertop there, because that's where my wife keeps the fresh veggies. And I like them cold in the refrigerator. She wants them sitting out, and that's okay. Then underneath of, we have these things that you make up your vitamins and stuff for a week's time. So we got 2 of those, and they sit on top of a food freshness card there in the kitchen as well. When making the coffee in the morning, the water is run over it and the earthing card at the same time. That goes into the that goes into the filter, and then from the filter again into the the coffee maker, which is a drip coffee maker. So if you know how a drip coffee maker works, it comes up the back, comes over to the middle and comes down. So we have another one that sits on the top of the coffee maker so that we get that extra runtime. Okay.
Frank, that's
Want
a
me to
lot.
keep going?
Frank,
That's a
yeah, I
lot.
love this, Frank. So far, Frank, you're winning this
I
competition.
know, and I don't like that.
Frank is winning.
I forgot. I have most people call them a trash can about the size of the ones you put your recyclable stuff on that goes out. But I have big dogs, so I've got to use something big for dog food. So I keep these big 30 and plus pound dog food bags inside of this, along with a food freshness card sitting on the top of them at all times. They get moved every three times a day with my puppy here now, but it always goes back in there on the top. They have their big, I forgot this one, the big water pail on the outside. Again, I have big dogs. So they sit there. There's a food freshness card and a earthing card that sits down in the bottom of that pail. Let's see. Whatever the
Bar is set pretty high, Susie. I don't know.
Every chair, and I got to tell you one more because
I have the mute
it was
button.
sent to me. One of my down
Hey,
is not here. Her name is
I want to
Beth
hear it.
Ellis.
Yep, we're
She
listening.
she was a little shy, I guess. Anyway, she wanted me to tell you she's got her mother just turned 100 years of age.
Woohoo! Hundo.
And she got 100 beautiful red roses for her birthday. And Bev was able to keep them fresh for 2 weeks on the freshness card.
Love to hear that. That's a great one.
And by the way, every time I buy my wife flowers, it goes on top of a food freshness card as well.
Wow.
Of
Like I
course
said,
it does. Do you want me to keep
the
going?
bar
I got
is set
a list.
pretty high.
Frank, I
What?
cannot believe that we had to ask you to do this when you should have offered. We had no idea. We had
Well-
no idea that you love the card as much as me.
This is the only one that I have that's not in use because it's one that just came in this past week because of the goodie bag that we got from Rick and y'all because we showed up on a non-publicized
Yes, the Zoom that was not supposed to Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Frank, could we save the rest of your story for the next time?
Well, no, because you then you'd leave out the places that we have on the sides of the couch or the love seat where we set down our glasses of water, all the time. And, okay, I'll stop.
Okay, that is phenomenal. And I'm going to try to pick up where you left off when it's my turn. But we're going to move on to Texas because we love our girl in Texas. And that is Miss Melissa Morgan. But thank you so much, Frank and Sunita.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Sunita. All right, Melissa.
Well, I won't win. But
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me remind everybody about what winning is, okay? Winning is using the product, number one, but winning in our giveaway today is that RJ is going to, in his mind, decide who he thinks, based on their testimonial, has the most love for the product, okay? And then it's going to be up to us to think like RJ. So whoever matches RJ is going to be the winner. So we don't have to, so it's not up to us. Okay, so there's no pressure on you. You just be your beautiful Texas self.
Let's
right.
go, Melissa. Here we go.
Woo!
well, I tell you,
Wait. Can we
Mm.
not leave this only up to RJ? Can I have just a little bit of saying this?
You
No,
and RJ.
No, RJ, that is
No.
not okay.
no. Susie made me the judge. Now I'm the judge.
Juicy.
Okay, Melissa, please help me,
Yes,
baby.
Melissa, please.
All right.
Here we go.
okay. So in taking care of Mom, who is now in another facility, I had to make 2 separate meals because she wanted good old fashioned meat and potatoes and meat and potatoes and all of that. And I eat in a different fashion. So everything I would eat would spoil quickly. I occasionally want a piece of bread. This bread has no additives at all. It is a sourdough bread from one of our bakeries in town. And it is as fresh as it was the day I bought it. And it's from November 1st. I'm sorry, October 1st. October 1st. And so every once in a while, it might be once a week, I'll use a piece of bread. And I mean, look at it. So my organic vegetables, the berries, they last at least 3 times longer because I do average, I was counting 6 food freshness cards in each refrigerator, and they are not large refrigerators. Also, I do cook occasionally and need milk or cream or sour cream and stuff like that. I have some that's 6 months old. There isn't any mold on it. My cheese gets no mold on it. It's amazing. So I'm very grateful. I love the fact that, my water also has the grounding card and the food freshness card. And it's amazing what it does to your coffee and to your tea. And I love to try when I don't use it and taste a cup of coffee or tea. It is mind blowing when you make it and then set it on food freshness cards. So I sleep on them. I ride in cars on them. Mom's flowers at her assisted living, people would bring a whole bouquet every week. Well, that won't work because they stay alive forever. And we can now buy inexpensive bouquets. Just run in, instead of spending $25, $30, we can buy a $10 bouquet and it's gorgeous forever. So I did learn, and thank you. I will, in my air return vents, I will put food freshness cards. So I appreciate that bit of information today. And I'm open to any other ideas. It just makes my heart so warm that you created this to help the world not waste food. And I love to hear the updates on that. I really do. So thank you so much for starting this company and starting it with a food freshness card.
Oh, boy, that was a
very
good one too,
heartwarming. That was
Arch.
heartwarming.
That was a good one too. Okay.
That was a
we're gonna
really
hear
good one.
from,
Thank you, Melissa.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Melissa.
Thank you, guys.
Let's now hear from Tim Dillon, and hopefully he's not hanging on a cliff like his picture shows.
Hey.
All
Yeah,
right,
made
Mr.
it.
Dillon.
All
Made
right.
You are from
Grand Canyon there.
Pennsylvania as well?
Yes. Right outside of Pittsburgh here, not too far from Sonita. Anyway, the food freshness card has been great ever since I got it down in Atlanta. Used it on the way home back to Pittsburgh. But the food freshness card, it numerous all over the house. I keep them the vegetables in the refrigerator. I hate to go to the store, but when I go, I'll stock up on the vegetables because that's the good stuff, and they'll stay in my refrigerator, my vegetable crisper, for months at a time. And it is amazing how that does it. You look at the expiration date or something on there, and it just doesn't. It's amazing how much they stay there. And I'm so thankful for the freshness card and what it does to inhibit the bacteria and the mold and stuff. It does what it's supposed to. So I have several in the fridge, and it makes the food taste better. And I've got one sitting under my filtered water along with my earthing card in it. And it really changes the taste of the water. I mean, it's a more purified taste. You run over it's smoother. It feels good. So that way, and I grow a little fresh basil out of my deck during the summertime. It just froze out there on the deck, but I keep it under there, and it grows so well sitting on that food freshness card. And then I have the big industrial size one under my pillow in the bed, and it makes sleeping a whole lot better. I don't know what it is with that, but it certainly does provide a more restful sleep. And in doing that, next to my bed, my CPAP that helps me sleep better and not snore, I've got a food freshness card under that. It, inhibits the bacteria that goes on there. I have to wash it out all the time, but you have water in the CPAP machine, and that just makes it so much smoother, and it feels better. I mean, you're breathing in this air. It just goes through the nose. I don't have to go through my whole face, but that makes such a difference. And when I go on trips out of town, I take that with me. It sits on that food freshness card because it's such a difference. I mean, that's the difference with and without is amazing with the card. So I get those, and it's a wonderful gift for Christmas. I give them to the kids every Christmas. Say, here, put this on there. Oh, Dad, what's that for? I said, just believe me, this company's been around 9 years. The patents on this, they couldn't do this and have all these wonderful testimonials if it didn't work. Believe me, it works. And they come back and say, hey, Dad, that's amazing. That's good. They still got it. So that's great. And then for my dog, Chloe.
Another Frank.
Hey, woohoo, I love it. Keep it going. This is phenomenal.
Yeah. For my dog, it's got one under her food and water dish. And then I've got one of these wonderful
the priceless spray bottles.
Bottles that have these food freshness cards on them. I've had one of these little stickers on the front of my little gallon holder for my dog to eat off of. So she has that. She loves it. And I tell you, there is nothing better than these spray things just to feel. Talk about getting fresh every day. I mean, this will wake you up. To use them on road trips, use them, at the office. You want to get woke up, just go spray it, and it's like freshening yourself all over again. So that those things are wonderful, and love everything about it and what they do, and keep on making it better. There's nothing better.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. Okay, listen, everybody. With love in my heart, I tell you that it's already 11:45. So if you could just share, if you're still gonna give us a story, how about just either sharing your favorite thing or it's something that somebody hasn't mentioned. Okay, let's move on to Doug McCorkle. Doug, can you unmute yourself? And Doug, tell us where you are, Doug.
Well, I happen to be in sunny Northeast Ohio, not too far from Pittsburgh in Youngstown. And it's cold here, and the other residence I have is in Florida. But moving very quickly, bringing another testimony, it's like preaching to the choir here. Everybody, I think, knows the value on this call of this card. It's an amazing thing. And just a quick thought, if you would have gone with the present cell phone technology, some of you are listening to this call on your cell phone, and you'd have gone back 150 years, and you would have told a man that one day you're going to have a little device and it's going to touch everybody on the planet. They would have called you a heretic. They would run you out of town, called you insane or worse. Now we have that. Same thing with the horseless carriage. Think about that. Everybody on this call would have had a horseless carriage while everybody else was riding a horse. Okay, and now we have another level of technology, and it's called quantum level mechanics, in which these people are employing to use these technologies to bring forth a new event. Yeah, I've got a lot of testimonies, and I could go, but I think the more important thing is here, the food freshness card performs, as you can see. And if you use it in your refrigerator, you're going to see a result. If you use it on your back in the car, you're going to see a result. You're going to see a result almost everywhere you employ this device. But here's the thing. We have a device here that has credibility. Now, of all the products here, they've established credibility. How'd they do that? They did it with the Gold Edison Award. That's not just the small thing. And if you haven't looked into that, there's big companies that buy and covet that award. So we can haul that out and we can show that to people. Now, here's the thing. The world's going to go in this direction. There is, but no question it will. It must go in this direction because this is the next step in technology, medically, everywhere else. We are going to employ this in 50 years. We'll have a different world and this will be common. We are the map makers for this. And if we can take this technology, especially the food freshness card, and get it out, give people results, we can have 500 people on this call. This call should have 500 people. Because this technology, we all know how great it is. And I can give you my testimony. It's going to mirror everybody else's. I'm like Frank, I got them everywhere. But if we can take this technology and we can use that credibility of this food freshness card, I think we can push the door open. And then we can have 500 people on this call. That's all I have for you. Is that quick enough?
I think that was
I think
beautiful.
that was.
I want to go run
phenomenal.
100 miles right now after listening to that one.
I think that was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. Yeah. And I agree with every word you said. Let's hear from Nate B. And
Nate
then
B.
I'm going to give mine. And then I think that's, we'll stop there. So Nate.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm sorry I don't have a video. I'm on a not on a laptop, but a regular computer. I'm going to be quick. I just don't have those phenomenal stories, but I do have one that I think is fascinating.
Great.
My wife and myself sleep on food freshness cards. We use them in the fridge. They keep everything. All the stuff is there. Everything everybody said is great. But I think in some senses, this is me, people are kind of missing what happens when you utilize the power of the food freshness card during long periods of sleep. I use one with travel, but when you sleep on this thing, I get comments about, wow, you look young for your age. And I'm pretty energetic. And, you know, I'm in where Douglas is in Youngstown. I'm in Geneva, Ohio. So we're up north, but I'm outside a lot. I still am very active. I'm getting to be about 65. That's all good. But the point I'm trying to make is people look at me and they say, how is it that you look so young? And people will say this. And I say, well, it's scalar waves technology. And if you want more information, you have to do this. My suggestion is try sleeping on these things and see what happens. It is phenomenal. I don't know if it was ever designed that way, but when you talk about water, blood flow, and everything else, I'm going to keep it short, but that's my testimony. Try it out. I think you'll be fascinated with what happens.
Fantastic, Nate. Thank you.
Beautiful,
so
Nate. Thank you.
For doing that. And I had no idea about you and Doug. I mean, I know the other people love your testimonials, and I'm not going to try and steal the show or anything, but I do want to share some things that were not mentioned today. And, you know, in the presentation, you know, we talk about how everything is energy. Okay. And that's how you have to think, is that everything has energy. The question, is it good energy or dead energy, right? So everything that you come in contact with, if you want it to have good energy and vitality, then you want to use the food freshness card. So in addition to what others mentioned today, I will say that I take a bath multiple times a week. My bath always has a food freshness card, an earthing card, and an energy and vitality card every single time. My dog drinks food freshness water. He drinks he eats food freshness food. Okay. All my supplements, all my spices are subjected to the food freshness card. When I make a recipe, the first thing I do is gather my ingredients on my counter, and they all sit on the food freshness card, even though where they're stored, they have the food freshness card. I'm all about the food freshness card. And then another thing that I will add is, I know that somebody said they keep it in the car. Well, I keep mine in my car too. And one of my favorite things to do with it in the car is when I go grocery shopping, what do you think my groceries sit on? They sit on the food freshness card because I am obsessed. All right. So they sit on the food freshness card all the way home, which is usually at least 15 minutes. And then I store them on the counter with the food freshness card. And then I put them in my pantry or refrigerator that has food freshness cards. So I am obsessed.
Wow, that's another good one.
Oh, and I didn't even say my skincare. All of my skincare, anything that goes in my body or on my body is going to have been energized by the food freshness card. Okay. Is there
That's
anybody?
good.
Oh, is that pretty good too?
That's pretty good. We got
Oh
a
my
lot
God,
of
this is
really
gonna be a
good
tough contest, you guys, because we had some great stories today.
Hey, Susie, I just have one more item to share, which is very important for
Sure.
everybody to hear. Is that the very first thing I ever did was I have a son in a wheelchair with cerebral palsy. And we slipped the food freshness card and earthing card in the back of the cover of his chair. He stopped being uncomfortable in the chair.
Yeah.
He is
That's
now communicating so much better. And
That's
he reaches out with his hand. He's initiating communication. So I feel blessed that we've connected with Nature's Frequencies. And I feel blessed that God guided this family to do the work they're doing.
Amen. Amen. Is there anybody on this call that's dying to oh, Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia, tell us your story, dear.
Well, actually, I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell you a story. What I wanted to suggest and make everybody understand was that when animals are slaughtered, they have a lot of fear, and we're eating that fear, the bad frequencies in the meat. So I always soak them first with the food freshness card before we cook it. But I just remembered what Sunita said, that my friend Desi's son, they couldn't take him to a restaurant because he would just, he just would get mad and act out. And she learned from Sunita about the food freshness card, put it in the back of his wheelchair, and that changed him completely, his entire behavior.
Yes, and that's a whole nother thing, Sunita, is the negative energy that all of our food picks up in traveling from the farm to our home. So that is a fantastic point.
That food freshness trick with the food is something that I discovered when my son brought up a bag of frozen shrimp that had been frozen for a whole year. And I said, oh, what the heck, we're going to try it. So I soaked it for barely 5 minutes just to unfreeze it. And my daughter-in-law came to me and said, I know you didn't go to the grocery store after I went. Where did you get this fresh shrimp? You can't get a better testimonial than that on shrimp. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else who's dying to say something?
Man, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, yes. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Mark Andio. I'm calling from Boardman, Ohio, and I just have a comment. Not so much a comment; it's somewhat of a testimonial. When you talk about measuring the, let's say, vitality, some measurement of water over the food freshness card, there's something very important that I think everyone needs to know. If you look up Emoto, E-M-O-T-O, Dr. Emoto, who is probably a foremost authority on water in the world, experiments that he does, someone there mentioned that the water becomes structured on the card. And I'm not sure if anybody knows what the meaning of the word structured is. It's also the word hexagonal. And what happens is this: if you can actually, let's say it this way, if you have regular water and you look at it underneath an electron microscope, you get a blurry, ugly, yucky thing. But if you have structured water, which may be what's coming after the food freshness card is in contact, hexagonal water, I mean, hex is 6. You create a 6-prong crystallized structure, cluster, beautiful, like a piece of artwork or a diamond. And if you just look up Dr. Emoto and go to his water experiments, I'll tell you a real quick thing about structured water, blow your mind. And this is not my testimonial. This is, you can look, I'm looking at it right now on my computer. They show a doctor, they do blood work. Somebody has red blood cells that are all clustered together, terrible. They drink a small cup of structured water, and 12 minutes later, all the blood cells are not coagulated, they're moving. And that's what
beautiful
structured
thing.
water.
Yeah.
And if this food freshness card or any technology that you have does that, I have a device that does that, but it costs $350.
Yes, yes.
You can do
Well,
it with
thank
a
you.
fresh fitness card. You have no idea
Well,
what you've come
thank you
across.
thank you very, very much. I'm telling you, I am just picking up from everybody on this call, your energy and love. And so for this technology and your love of helping other people. And that's what we're doing here, is making a difference. So I thank everybody so much from the bottom of my heart for your testimonials. I've already told Mr. Arj that he's going to have to find a way that we can easily share these testimonials and spread this powerful message, like Doug said, so that we have 500 people on this call. So, Arj, are we ready for you want to show us some specials first?
Yeah, first let's
so for holiday shopping.
Let's get some holiday shopping done.
All right.
First. So do you see what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Today's special, the holiday BOGO has been extended again. We've gotten so many thank yous, so much feedback that we're doubling everything for everyone. So that is now extended another week. So this is the prime time to get your holiday shopping done. So thank you guys all. This has been this is a great promo. We're not going to run this after the holidays. We will not run this again. So the time is now.
Well, I think that I'm going to put out there that being able to share these videos would be a great way to generate sales for Christmas and so forth. This is a highly generous offer, and we want to maximize that.
All right. And then we'll go to how to get started. You have two options. You can become a brand partner, or you can shop and save as a customer. And then we have shareable media is available at nfmediahub.com, and you can watch us live at naturesfrequencies.yt.com. Right now, it's a live stream on YouTube. And from here, Susie, I think we're giving away a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't